baby in like the last 2 days that she has. And I mean, who knows how long, but anyway, so here we are. I'm just so freaking happy all of you guys are in here. It just makes me so happy to see your faces already. And I think all of you know me, you know that this is going to be casual. Although I couldn't help but get up super early and I got ready because I'm just excited. So you unmute. I'm going to tell everyone this every time. Unmute anytime if you feel stuck in your writing. Like, I want this group. A huge reason why I want to do this group and do this once a month is so that we can just help each other get on a roll to send more cards and to make it fun and easy and get unstuck on what to say. Because I do think that's a huge barrier a lot of the times when we go to write a card, we don't know what to say and we overthink it. And then, or maybe I'm the only one, but like, and then we just don't send it. So I want us to just help each other out. If you're thinking of someone you want to write a card to, just let us know, put it in the chat, unmute yourself. The only time I'm going to ask people to stay muted is when we're writing so that we can all have some dedicated focused writing time, because I think that's important. And I promise I will not talk this much when we're writing. I will try to mute myself. Okay, let me pull up my screen here. I did a presentation.
I'm excited for it.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, let me share. I gotta share my screen, right? Remember the first workshop I did? It was like so nerve-wracking. Okay, can you guys see?
Yes.
Okay, Katrina, I can only see you at the moment, so you're the lucky one that gets to see, gets to tell me what you see. Okay, or give me a thumbs up, whatever. Okay, here we go. This is better. All right. Can you guys see this ugly bar on the bottom? No? Great. All right. I'm going to skip my own intro. You all know who I am. You all know that I make greeting cards, but it turns out I'm not super great at sending them, which is exactly why, part of why I started this monthly workshop. And that's me. You guys know me. Welcome. I also just like want to quickly just say, I said this as soon as I saw a couple of people register. This is like an all-star group. Like, this is an all-star group of women that I feel like giddy about today and about what this is going to become, because I've been wanting to launch this and grow this for months. And they're not able to be here, all three of them, but like my mom, Selena, and Debbie, I have to shout them out, especially because they have just really encouraged me to do this. And I bounced ideas off of them nonstop, and they're just hilarious, like loving writers. And they really inspired this. So I just wanted to say thank you to them. We also have Christina Conrad and Shelly. Like, there's people, both of them are, they're chefs. They have awesome recipes. They do meal planning, and I just look at them as like the nourishers of the group. And there's so many like all-stars in this group, you guys. And so Sherry, I see you in here. I don't see your face, but I know you're in here. Tasha, you just came in. Tracy, Masha, who I have just recently met, the artists of the group, and not to categorize all of you, but I just really, you get where I'm going with this. Your artwork is also different, but it's all just so beautiful. And we have so many just health and wellness. And Stephanie, by the way, Stephanie Walsh, I updated this yesterday morning, so sorry you're not in here, but every single one of you guys I just look up to and I think the world of, and I just hope that you guys recognize that too, that I feel like this is a special thing. Like, this is a special group, and today is just the start of it all. So thanks for being here. This is just awesome. Okay, real quick, most of you know this. For those of you that don't, there are 2 ways to do this workshop, and every workshop from now on. If you just like want to log in, have this accountability, and write a bunch of cards, great. Mute me right away. Like, no offense. Unmute whenever you want. Or if you do want the prompts and you look forward to the structure, I'm here for you. We're gonna do some rapid fire love fests. I don't know what else to call them, but they're also, I feel like that's exactly what it is. To get us warmed up, before the main prompts and to help you get rid of cards and postcards and things in your stash. We're just going to go through quickly, and I'm going to challenge you with those to keep it to 2 to 3 sentences. It's going to be hard for a lot of us, but we can do it. Okay. I'm going to help you out, because the point is, it's just about sending a handwritten note, right? Like that means the world to someone, to know that they took time out of their day to write on actual paper and not use their phone and put a freaking stamp on it and address it and send it to you, right? Like that is everything. So let's make it easy, because it's still going to have an awesome impact. Okay. So that's what those are. And we'll do the main prompts. And then at the end of each main prompt, I'll ask someone if they want to be brave enough to share for the sake of helping others get unstuck. And it's also just really fun to listen to different writing styles. So I really love the sharing part. I think that's actually my favorite. Okay, let's do this. LFG, let's go. All right, is anyone else a women's soccer team fan in here?
I am now.
Yes. They have a documentary on HBO, by the way, that's very good. Okay. Rapid fire love fest number 1. Okay. This, if you guys have your list, if you did your little homework, I thought, what better way to start this thing than finally send a check-in to someone that you've been thinking about. Maybe you haven't talked to them in a long time. Maybe you have, and you know they're going through a tough time. But someone that's been on your mind lately for whatever reason, that maybe they're least expecting a card from you. And this one is inspired by my friend Lainey and her husband Ty. I was telling her about this workshop, and she just got choked up, because she's like, it's so true. Like 2 lines can make a difference. And, you know, my husband wrote this note to me on a Post-it and put it on our bedside on the nightstand, and I kept it. It just means the world to me. This is what he wrote to her up here. And so I just thought that's exactly what this is about. So you can take that, write it to someone in your family. I feel like I also had another slide in here for you. Yeah. Or choose your adventure. Remember those? Here's your format. Take it. Great opportunity if you have a bunch of hideous cards that you're like, I don't want to keep this anymore. Get this out of my cabinet. You can say, I don't know what this has to do with you, but I'm using it to let you know you're the best. Or something more specific. Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if you're done. And if you are, and you feel like, oh, I can do that again real quick while I'm waiting for other people to, cats in here. While you're waiting, just grab another postcard, grab another card and use that up. But go ahead and put a 1 when you're done. Does anyone want to share what they wrote? Just unmute, go for it.
Do you want to laugh, Sarah?
Yes, always.
Okay. So as part of what I do, I mean, when I buy cards from you, I buy them in bulk, right? And they're very
Yes.
specific. So I'm super, super good at handwritten notes and cards to clients. What I'm not good is sending notes and cards to people that actually mean something. And not that my clients don't mean anything to me, but like, family and friends, like truly like my circle. That's what I'm horrible at. So I actually cleaned my desk a couple weeks ago, and I psycho OCD. I had all of these leftover Christmas cards and birthday cards and everything from the last year. And I had them in a binder. And I still have all my Christmas cards that I had purchased, not last Christmas, but the Christmas before. So I'm sending everybody Christmas cards. So that prompt, like, I know this is totally random, but is the perfect way to kick these off.
I love it.
That's
and
what
I'm
I'm doing.
you. I'm totally with you on being bad about sending cards to the people that I'm closest with. Like, I have no problem. Like, I get an order and I write a quick thank you note, like it's nothing, but my husband's like, oh, that's cool. Like, he hasn't said this, but I imagine he thinks that's cool that you designed that card for me, but like, are you going to give it to me? Like, probably not. Sorry.
That's hilarious.
All right. Does anyone else want to share? Any first timers that I want to know what you thought of this experience doing just 2 to 3 lines. Katrina, I'm looking at
Okay.
you.
I know. I'm like, I feel your eyeballs. I think it's hard, but I just wrote bigger, so I couldn't keep rambling.
That's great strategy.
I wrote to one of my pod mates who's going through a lot with family health issues. And I wrote, I know you're managing a lot in life while also being a light to those around you. Know that you are loved and appreciated. Keeping it simple.
That was beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, man. Well done. Okay. Let's go on to the main prompt, shall we?
Let's do it.
One of them. Birthday card. So everyone knows someone with a birthday. Maybe it has passed. Maybe it's long gone. Maybe you're still thinking, I should have sent that person a birthday card. Maybe someone's coming up this month that you're like, I'm going to be on top of it for the first time ever. Whoever it is, let's go for it. And I have a few little hacks if you feel stuck. I like to use the days since calculator. Just Google it. I don't even know the link. This happened by accident. I first sent a card to a friend that like it was only going to work for this friend, and I forgot to send it to her. And then I found it months later. And so I went on the internet and I said, how many days since? And I punched in her birthday. And that's what I wrote. Happy birthday plus X number of days. But any day is a great day to celebrate yours. I said something like that. So you can do that for anyone, any occasion. You also want to poke fun at how late you are. You can say, is this a belated card or is it a very early card for next year? Like, I'm the first one to wish you happy birthday. So there.
Or maybe it's half birthday or quarter birthday.
Yeah, totally. Welcome in, Carlene and Kat. Tracy, are you showing me something? Let's see more.
I was drawing my white ink. My base of the card I made is purple, so I wrote in white. So I wanted to make sure that I dried it. So it didn't smear.
That's really pretty. Another way you can use up cards in your stash, if you guys have a bunch of thank you notes, which we all do, turn it into a birthday card and thank them for being, mention something great about their personality or just something unique to them. You can always write happy birthday and make it a birthday card. That's how I feel. Oh, I'm more prepared than I thought. I also have a list of compliments here. I did not write these. I tried to change some that were especially brutal, but there are probably a couple left in here that are not necessarily something I would say, but I feel like they're very helpful. And let me know, punch in the chat if you guys want to punch in the chat. I think I'm nervous. Type in the chat if you want me to go back to a slide. Just let me know.
Sarah, do we get extra brownie points if we want to do more cards after this? Like, can you like post these
Yes.
screenshots in the group? So we're like, wait, I know there was
Yes.
something. Okay.
You get no actual like physical points or prizes, but yes,
Okay. Mental note. Thank you.
lots of brownie points. Thanks, Kat. So glad you're here. Is the chat box over the slide? You guys can't.
No.
No? Okay, thank you. So I'm going to say something. And if you're in a zone writing, this is where you mute me. Go ahead. But these are a couple cards that I've designed that I just feel like are speak to true friendships and like super close, maybe sisters or just anything like, because they're very real. This one is like one of my personal favorites. It says, "You're the best kind of weird. Happy birthday." Because I love my weirdo people so much. And I'm showing you these because I'm obviously a fan, but also, Laura, you have that one. That's cool. Anytime I show these cards though, it's so like, go ahead and copy it, write it word for word. If it applies. This other one, this is a top seller, but it says best day of the year because we get to celebrate you. So you could say something like, "I absolutely love your birthday because it reminds me of all the incredible things that you are and all the things I love about you." And that's a great way to introduce a list of things you love. My husband inspired this one because I wake up kind of giddy for that reason on his birthday.
Well, Sarah, I bought those in bulk from you, and those are the ones that I send out to all my clients. And I got to tell you that that's the card that I've most often received a thank you. Like, thanks for remembering such a cute card.
Oh, that's really cool.
So just FYI. So thank you.
Anytime. That's why I do this. I just feel like birthday cards need more enthusiasm sometimes, like for that person to really feel how much you love them and how excited you are about the day. Hey, Carlene, you just go ahead and unmute and say it.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Hey, I have a question. Do you have a variety pack or a assemble your own pack that are like $50 or whatever, $100? Do you have something like a variety pack? Like some of them I've looked at, I've liked, but I haven't wanted the other ones, but I've wanted something else.
Yes, that is in the works. Yes, I'm going to have it done for my show on Sunday and I'm going to add it to my website shortly after. Yes.
Okay.
It's called the Done Pack. Like all your trips to the store throughout the year, done.
So is that preset or is that one that we assemble?
That one is preset, but I am also working on an option to like build your own pack.
So can I ask another question?
Yeah.
Thank you. Can I message you with the cards I want and just pay you for a bulk until you
Yeah,
get?
well, we'll message after this.
Okay.
And chat about it. Yeah, you're not the first to request that. It's just been like a technological thing. I've been trying to work it out. So, how's everyone doing? Let me look at your faces here. I just love this group. Kat and Carlene, people that join a little bit later, I just wanted to say, I feel like so happy, just so good, because this is like the first of, I hope, many workshops once a month. And I've been wanting to get this launched for a while. And this is really special to me that each of you are here. Go ahead, Tracy.
First of all, I'm excited for you because I've watched this since it all began and I'm just thrilled for you. It's amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I'm so excited. And I keep telling my people, you got to get here. You got to get here.
Thank you.
Because that's one of the things that card makers talk about is I make all these cards and I never send them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really encouraging them to join you.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
also have a quick question or an opinion if anybody has any ideas. So I have a friend who is older and she is probably 60s and is going to be missing our big scrapbook expo event because she has to have a total hysterectomy. And I'm trying to find the words to put. I want to send her a card to let her know that we'll be thinking of her while she's gone. But I kind of feel like there should be something else. And I just don't know what to say.
Does she have kids?
Yeah, I'm sure they're all grown. Yes.
Well, this is not the conventional answer at all, but I couldn't help but think of a poem that my dad wrote to my mom when she had hers. And I mentioned this to some of you guys that every Valentine's Day, my dad writes a 4-line poem to every girl, every woman in our family. It's incredible, especially because our family's so massive. But his poem to my mom that year was, life is wonderful. It's great God made us. After 8 kids, who needs a uterus? That was it. So I don't know if you feel like ending it with something light like that, but I feel like that's a great format you could easily make your own for your friend.
That's awesome.
We feel hollow too without you. That's what we
Crazy. Did you hear that?
That's awesome.
God, I need to write that. I need to write that down.
We feel hollow too without you. Happy hysterectomy.
Oh my God. That is hilarious. Tracy, I hope that was helpful.
I'm totally putting in the humor because she'll love it.
Great.
Thanks, ladies.
That's what this group is. That is exactly what the kind of thing I'm hoping for with this. Is anyone else stuck on what to write for a friend birthday, whether rapid fire love fest, anything so far, anything that you want to write today for a friend, a card that you have in mind that you just put it out there? Anyone else stuck? Okay, how are we doing? We ready to move on to another rapid fire love fest, or do you guys want put a 1 if you need more time? Okay, going forward here. Okay, so this rapid fire love fest is inspired by Hannah, who was in the original workshop that I did, like the beta run of this. She had one of the best cards. It cracked me up so hard. She wrote for Rapid Fire Love Fest. It said, on the list of things I love, you're right at the top with stretch denim, wine, and my Peloton. Wow, I really love you a lot, and I'm so glad we're friends. And I just love that because I feel like you can, another one, you can tweak it to make it your own. But again, it doesn't have to be complicated. We don't have to make this, we can make this easy. It doesn't have to be hard. So just check another person off of your list that you've been wanting to send a card to. And you can take that format. You can go back to the original and choose your adventure.
I had to run and get fugly cards because I only had yours at my desk. Like that wouldn't work.
That is the nicest, weirdest compliment. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, that's kind of my additional challenge to you. Like, just send the damn card. Just use the card. Did I add anything else to this? Oh, I did. I'm just surprising myself here today. Postcards are great for this kind of thing. It's so fun to just get a postcard in the middle of spam and bills. And I have my Tina postcard that I use all the time. Where is she? I have these in packs of 5 and 10. And then I'm also excited because I just picked up from the printer yesterday for my show on Sunday. I'm going to have these as postcard packs now too, that just say you are so appreciated. Yeah. They may or may not be part of a fun giveaway I'm going to tell you about at the end. They're definitely part of the giveaway that I'll talk about at the end.
They are adorable.
There's another couple of compliments that do feel more like things I would say. I got this postcard pack from a company called Bando a couple years ago. And well, hey, you should totally send someone some compliments. You're a dream come true. Again, copy these if you're stuck. Let's be honest. You most likely have an overseas fan club. You are so good looking. I love these. And you couldn't be cooler if you tried. You can swap out cooler for anything. Oh, there's 2 more. Your face is like sunshine. And this is totally up my alley, so random. Babies are probably like, please be my mom when they see you. All right. Does anyone want to share what they wrote? Where did I put mine?
I'll share. Okay, so it's not that fugly actually. It's this like little party
That's
with a little
cute.
giraffe, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote it to one of my pod mates. I said, I love how much life and pizzazz you bring to our pod. Thanks so much for being such a gem in the world.
I love that. That would have made my day. It will make her day, I bet. I wrote one. It's one of those I've been thinking about writing it to her, just giving her something for months now, ever since we started preschool for my daughter. Her name's Nina. She's another mom. And I just said, use a postcard. I said, this is long overdue, but I wanted to say thank you for being so warm and kind and inviting from the day we started. I adore you and your family and know that Hudson does too. Alrighty, should we go to another prompt? See while writing. I'll give you guys another minute or two.
How many cards do people usually send on this workshop? Like I'm already 5 down. I only wrote 5 people.
It depends. One of my best friends, Jordan, she's also like the most productive person that I know, but she would just like, she'd be one of those people that would kind of listen, but like just sign in and just start writing. She would write like 10. Other people, I mean, I'm one of them. I'm like very thoughtful. I want to be like organized and thought out, which is my problem a lot of the time and why I end up sending nothing. So, I mean, some people do that and they're maybe 2, but they finish them up later because they have momentum, you know? So it just depends. That's great. I'm going to keep it going then and just try to keep giving you guys ideas. But again, feel free to mute me and keep writing whatever you feel like. This is just to get you rolling, really. Okay. I feel like this inaugural workshop wouldn't be complete without some type of gratitude card. And it can be, I called it gratitude instead of a thank you note because it really could be both. And I just did a brain dump of people that I thought could, you know, that we could show gratitude towards just at any given point during all of the pandemic craziness. But again, look at your list and think of someone that really could use it most, just to show your appreciation to them. It can be someone that you come in contact with at the grocery store once a week. It could be someone that you work very closely with. It could be, I mean, I say every teacher needs to hear a thank you. They can't hear thank you enough, or just have some type of gratitude expressed towards them enough. But yeah, look at your list and just pick someone off of it and get to writing. And there's some additional tips. This is probably self-explanatory, but when in doubt, talk it out. I do that all the time. I either jump on my phone and do a voice recording and then I play it back as I write it. Or if it's going to be like an email newsletter, or if I can't get the wording right on a greeting card, I just do talk to text. And it's so much easier for me to like see those words after knowing, like it just flows better when it's something that I've actually said myself. And I feel like that writing is always more relatable anyway. Like you just want to be yourself. Speak from the heart. So it might be easier for you guys to try that if you get stuck. Talk to text or voice memos, free apps on your phone. We'll go till 10:45 on this one. And if you're done early, then keep doing a rapid fire love fest or whatever you feel like. I'll pull up these compliments again for anyone who wants them. If any of you are writing to someone that has like a specific occupation, maybe that person at the grocery store, the butcher, or the delivery person, or your kid's coach or teacher, this is a card that I designed when I first launched my business and I had no idea what I was doing. It's not even legible. So I don't have it anymore, but all it says is, hey, you are really good at what you do. And I gave this to our house painters and they did not expect it. Totally made their day. Gave this to my daughter's music teacher. She cried. Gave a version of it to my therapist. She also teared up. So not many words, right? But a very powerful thing. And so I would, just a suggestion if you're stuck, just reminding someone that they're really good at what they do.
I loved that card, Sarah, and I still have one left that I've been holding on to.
Oh,
because I send that to agents on the other side of the transaction when they go above and beyond.
So
just as a thank you for being such a great co-broke partner. So it's been really good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how many hours of our day and our lives do we spend at work, right? And to get some recognition and acknowledgement that like what you're pouring the majority of your hours into is really making a good impact on someone else. Like I think that's really cool. It's awesome that you do that. One more. My space is such a mess. I can't even find my own cards. Another surprising tearjerker, I'll call it, of a card, and also going to be a print soon, is this one. And it just says, you are doing a great job. This, I think you can easily send to any woman, any mom, especially. Anyone really. I designed this originally as a Mother's Day card, but I quickly turned it into a card you can send anytime. This is another one that like really seems to like cut straight to the heart, and it's just really appreciated. Also, may or may not be part of the giveaway that I'll talk about at the end. Alrighty. Does anyone that we haven't heard from yet want to share? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No pressure, but pressure. Stephanie.
I don't remember what prompt we're on, but I wrote a card for a friend who, okay, well, this kind of works. It's a friend of mine who is starting, or still, she's launching a business, or she's been doing it, but I feel like she could just use a boost to like keep going, because she didn't do like made to do this stuff. So I feel like she doesn't have that support system to like really keep at it with the right enthusiasm. So I figured she could use that.
Do you want another one, Sarah?
Yes, Sherry. I was hoping you would like raise your hand or unmute.
Hi.
Hi.
I bought this card from you a while ago in one of my many orders. And so I do in-home daycare right now, and I'm working on exiting that business, but I knew this would come in handy. So I've had it in my stash. It's the one where the moms are going back to work. And, you know, in case you need to hear this, you're doing the right thing, that card.
Yeah.
And so I have a mom that her fresh little baby, it's her third child, is coming to me starting next week. So I get to use your card. And I watched her a couple of times this week, and today is the last full day where she'll have this baby by herself, because the siblings will be home until they start school next week. And I'm like, you don't need to know the backstory of all this, but they also own their own business. And so, you know, she's like, got to go back to work. And, you know, she's really torn. So
how old is her baby?
Her baby is going to be 3 months.
Oh,
So
gosh,
it's
okay.
she's a little baby. And then I currently watch her second born, who's going to start preschool next week. And then they have like a third grader. So, I mean, just a lot of different ages. And so it's so emotional.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just watching their business. Her husband's an architect and they have their own company. And I've watched them go from like no spare money, just like, and now their business is starting to really boom. And so there you go.
Man, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'm just so excited to use this card. It's such a special card. And I knew it would be just perfect eventually.
That's cool that you've been hanging on to it.
Yeah.
Use it. If I would also, Sherry, I'm gonna mail this to you, but maybe as like a check-in card for her later. I have one. I think you've bought like everything on my site, but
Oh, I want to buy everything.
You're just the best. You are like definitely a top customer. It says like you are doing it, and it's just like, let's throw a party, celebrate, because you're doing like, and I feel like it could go for the seemingly small things, right? Like the day-to-day, like dropping your kid off at daycare and going to work and then going to school pickup and managing that meeting. It's like, you're doing it. Like, that's a lot. You're doing it.
So much.
So remind me, I'm going to make a note to send that to you for her.
And they live across the street from me. Like they're my neighbors too. So it's just,
Yeah,
extra special.
that's awesome. Thank
But
you.
I told her, I said, I am so proud of you and Kyle both. You are conquering your goals and making dreams come true. Love, your family. Because I don't need to say anything because your front of your card just says it all.
I can't take the credit for, I mean, I feel like a vessel a lot of the time for someone else, like what they want to hear and maybe what they want to say. And that was absolutely the case with that card, because that was the result of, let me back up. So the card she's talking about is part of a series of cards that I did in collaboration with someone named Kimberly Didrikson of Learning Motherhood. And her company is all about helping moms make the transition between maternity leave and going back to work and providing support for them. And she does all kinds of stuff around that. And she does programs for employers, but and then I asked the community of moms, like working moms, what they wanted to hear in a card during that time. And so that card is one of them. It's just reassuring them that they're doing the right thing either way. Like in the middle of all the unsolicited advice they get around like whether or not to go, back to work or daycare, do daycare. Like, it's just like, it's too much. So,
and I remember that feeling. It's a horrible feeling and you love your job, but you love there's so much emotion. So, but I'm going to read it. It's so good. It's so good.
No, I don't know. Okay. Just going to keep moving right along here. Is anyone else stuck? Carlene, thanks for putting that in the chat. Where were we? Okay, I'm going way back. Kat, are you stuck?
Yeah, I am. I'm really stuck. So I've been sitting here this whole time, just listening and enjoying and reading your prompts and your ideas on how to write a card. And I've been sitting here trying to write a card to my sister, which we don't have the greatest of relationships, but I want to keep working on that. And so I have this blank card in the front. It's a little telephone. It says just to say hello, but I have no idea what to write inside. Like none.
Does anyone want to just jump in on this? I feel like this is going to be better answered with a collective here, while I'm also buying time to find something specific for this.
Kat, I think what you just said makes perfect sense. I mean, I have two sisters who are twins, and we were not always the closest because they're twins, so they're born best friends, basically. But in the last year, especially with COVID, we don't live close together. And my one sister was completely alone. There was no, you know, she lives on her own and things like that. So we really started, it really started with just sending a card and saying, I'm thinking about you. You know, I know this is a rough time. And just say exactly what you said, what's on your heart, because that's what opens the door.
I have one.
You're right. You're right.
Kat, what does the front of it
Thank
say?
you. I don't know if you can see me, but it says just to say hello, and it's a little like old-fashioned telephone.
So my thought
And
was
so
just to say hello and open it up without saying goodbye. So glad that we get to talk sometimes, or loving the connection that we're making, or because you said it's just a work in progress, right?
yeah,
So your
I
talk,
like that too. All right.
just a thought.
I've been afraid to write because I'm using a pen, and so you kind of want to have your words before you begin.
You can use a piece of paper before writing in that.
True. Very.
Kat,
That's
that
true.
is also,
Okay.
I think, I don't know if you came on like a little bit after this, but that is like the exact example, like situation where I will stand up and walk away from the card. I will walk away from my laptop, and I will just bring my phone and I will talk into it and write down. You can write it on a piece of paper beforehand and make sure it's what you want to say, but just talk as if maybe you're talking directly to her, maybe you're not, but you're just kind of talking yourself through it, really. Like, hey, like Tracy said, hey, I'm thinking about you. I know you're going through this. I know we haven't talked, you know, whatever it may be. And then play it back, you know, because I think the paper gets in the way a lot of the time. The card actually gets in the way a lot of the time, ironically. But
Right.
great suggestions.
Thank you.
From Colleen too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote some of the, well, I used your Tina Turner postcards.
You guys are really the best. This group, man.
And so I sent four of them, all on that format that other woman did on our last one of the "You're so great, you're right up there with stretch denim" and that. But I wanted them to all be different, because you know that makes it harder, right? Why can't I just make it easier?
Yeah.
But that was kind of fun. So I have "You're right up there with." I liked the stretch denim, so I kept that stretch denim, donuts, and my favorite amethyst crystal. "You're right up there with mint chip ice cream, yoga pants, and fresh picked flowers." "You're right up there with Dove chocolate, flip flops, and an Epsom salt bath." And "you're right up there with Rice Krispie treats, elastic waistbands, and a winning scratch off ticket." And at the end, each one said, you know, I'm grateful to call you friend. These are kind of a new group of people that I've been spending a lot of time with.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, all of those things. I suddenly have a couple cravings. Oh, this is so good, you guys. Oh, Tasha had it on. Okay, that's cool. I'll just keep moving right ahead here. And oh my gosh, it's almost 11. Dang. See, these things just kind of fly by. Okay, so all I had left here was like one more rapid fire. If you guys want to do that, go ahead. I'm gonna keep moving through these slides just because I did want to get to like a couple little housekeeping things for this first workshop, especially. And then Tracy, I really want you to mention what you're working on to the group, because this is like right up our alley. So I did one more last choose your adventure, either, you know, to help you send a card to someone that you haven't talked to in a long time, that's on your list though, that you want to reach out to. You could start that off with this simple line, like, I know it's been a while since we talked, but I've just been thinking about you and I wanted to tell you that. Hope you're doing well. Grab another fugly card, use that, challenge yourself there. And then so a couple of things, again, mute me if you don't want to hear this, if you just want to write. But I want to make this a really fun monthly thing. I want you guys to all look forward to it. I want it to be something that, like, if you can't make it live, that doesn't keep you from like wanting to stay in the community. Because I want to keep things just fun in between the workshops. And I thought, well, what better way to do that than to have like really fun giveaways and to help you keep your card writing momentum going. Because I do think that is like the number one, obviously the priority here. It's not just the workshops. It's ultimately to like make card writing easy. So I decided on a whim in the shower this morning that if you guys take a picture, you have to do at least the 5, like the 3 rapid fire love fests or 2 prompts. Or if you're like, you know, I spent a lot of time writing like very thoughtful cards and I only did 2 or 3, that's great too. Okay, but I need photo proof that you wrote the damn cards today and that you have them ready to go. Okay, I'll start a thread in the Facebook group and you can post a comment there, and anyone who gets them done by Sunday night, as you can tell, I have this all very organized. By Sunday night, if you post a picture there, you are eligible, and I'll just randomly pick a winner, and that winner will have, we're gonna do this. You're gonna get a 10-pack of either the Tina cards or the You Are So Appreciated cards, and like you can pick and a print, like one of the new prints of You Are Doing a Great Job. Either keep it for yourself, give it to a friend. I'll post these. I'll do a recap. I'll put a picture of these in the recap email and also in the Facebook group, but I'm doing these in a couple different colors now, which is fun. This one I really like. It's kind of like a blush. It reminds me of like, I don't know, kind of like bougie lace, or I don't know, something. I just ruined it. Anyway. So that's, what was I gonna say? This, okay, I also thought, why not do a fun giveaway for today too? If you guys want to take a picture, take a little screenshot, do whatever, but like if you post something about this workshop today and tag Hey Weegs in it, or just send the damn card. If you post it to your stories, if you post it to your feed, like both of those would count as an entry. And I'll pick someone to get a 10-pack of postcards. You can pick either the Tinas or the You're So Appreciated, just for sending a little picture, just for posting to your stories. I think that would be fun. Okay, should we all do a happy face smiley picture right now? I'm gonna do this. That's what people do, right?
You need to take us off the screen share.
Do. Pause, share. Does that work?
No.
Damn it. Hold on. Oh, Jesus, what do I do?
Stop
I'm gonna
sharing. You
stop
got this.
sharing.
It's usually a big red button.
It is a giant red button. Thank you for that. See? Okay. Okay, you guys, thank you for being a part of this first workshop. I'm not gonna let you go just yet because I want Tracy to talk. But 1, 2, 3. Yay, the first one, you guys. This is so awesome. Really quick, let me know. This is your group. I'm just here to facilitate it. This is going to be your experience, your community, your workshops. Is it better for you guys to have this workshop during the week like this, or maybe on the weekend instead? Let's do, okay, 1, if during the week is better in the chat, 2, if a weekend is better. Okay, this is good. It just so happens that like,
Okay, it's too hard for me to do the chat on my phone. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm technically, but I like the weekdays better.
Okay. Okay, well, I was thinking that's great because my daughter's in daycare, like preschool. So that's like so much less for me to manage. So I will probably keep doing them. But I also was thinking like, how do you guys feel about doing like a pop-up writing workshop where I have zero structure, no slides. It's just like a random maybe a Sunday morning or like a Monday. I mean, just once a month between the workshops. Would you guys be interested in doing that? Where we just have like a live Facebook group and you hop in and. Okay, I'll try it out. I mean, this is so new and I'm just gonna. Okay, that's good to know. All right. I think that was everything. Let me double check. Tracy just casually mentioned that she's working on this awesome project all of a sudden, and I really would love for you to talk about it, Tracy.
Sure. So I'm a card maker, but I also design a subscription box for card makers. And one of the things that I do is we donate cards to the military, but those are very strict protocols on what can be on them, etc. But we also do like cards for kindness. And we are actually just getting ready to start making cards for, there's an organization that I partner with here called Eris Foundation, and they actually service homeless teens, and they serve them in a park every Tuesday. And they've done everything from bring in a hairdresser, they bring in laundry or help do laundry when they can. They do meals and snacks, and I donated, they also help people who are in a transition program to getting their own home or their own place to live. So I've actually donated about $15,000 worth of inventory for my party light stuff. And then now I'm starting encouragement cards for the teens so that they can have something to pass out during the event. So that's just something that when you find you have extra cards laying around, you don't know what to do, or you want to just, give someone some encouraging words, that's something that totally is needed.
Mm-hmm. So can we send them to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like to you personally? Can you tell us how to participate in this? Because this is awesome.
Anything that you create, if you want to send it to me, I will post my address in the group. But it can be anything as much as, like thinking about you, encouraging you, whatever it be. Just something that would inspire someone that's going through some tough times. It's really hard to be homeless in general, but to be homeless in the Phoenix area is very difficult when we deal with, we have deaths from the heat a lot of the times and stuff like that. So it's really hard and it's a struggle. And the organization is, it's completely nonprofit. I even directed my Amazon. If you do it through Amazon Smile, you can actually donate to charities of your choice. So they get a percentage of whatever you spend. And since I use that for things for my business, I actually donate to them. So there's just, anything that you can do as far as a little quick pick me up card or a cheering you on, or, just anything encouraging is always nice. It can be simply a blank card and you write 1 or 2 lines like Sarah's showing us in there, anything like that is very helpful, especially when you don't have a home and a home address and you don't get mail and you don't get things like that. It's just something that is really important to, cheer them on. And a lot of them are fighting, issues where they've been kicked out of home because they don't, because of how they identify, or they have drug issues, or it's just so many different aspects of family dynamics and things. And it's just one thing that we can do to make somebody else's day a little bit better.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. And
Okay.
Definitely please post the mailing address and the links if you can in our group. And I'll be sure to put those in the recap email as well.
Okay. Is it specifically teens or is it all ages?
So their biggest majority that they started working with is teens, but they service whoever shows up.
Okay.
So, we've had, I've donated probably 20 bags of clothes for my granddaughter because we were raising her for several years, so, and she was 6, 7, 8, but I've also, done donations of blankets and 31 bags and stuff like that. And then, just pretty much clothes, anything and everything, because they help them get all the basics when they finally get into housing. And they, have a place to live. So they really it's just amazing how much this group does for like a start to finish type thing once they start coming to the program.
How did you get involved in it?
Okay, funny story.
Yeah.
The lady who runs it lives in my neighborhood. I'm not too far, maybe 2 miles away from me.
Whoa.
But I kept thinking there had to be a better place to donate stuff than Goodwill because people still have to pay for it.
Right.
And so I was reaching out to all the people that I know, because I've only been in Arizona 6 years. So I don't know all the places. And I was reaching out to everybody going like, okay, who do you know that, you know, it's a direct to, you know, they give things away to people, they don't charge them. And one of my friends mentioned them and I'm like, really? Well, then I reached out and said, so here's what I have to offer. What do you need? And then in June, I emptied out. So I did Party Light for years as direct sales, and then they changed and don't do direct sales anymore. And I had tons and tons and tons and tons of inventory. And I was like, could you use this for your clients? And she's like, yes. And she's like, and it would be cool if we could give some to the volunteers as well, because they have the same 5 or 6 volunteers every week. I'm like, totally down for that. So I, you know, and then I said, well, here's my idea about doing cards. What do you think? And she's like, that would be amazing. I'm like, okay. So it just kind of happened. I just asked a question like, who do you know?
Yeah. And she lives down the street from you.
Yep.
Wow. Meant to be, for sure. That is okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that and staying on to share that. Okay. That's all I have. I'm like, just so I'm gonna be like on cloud 9 the rest of the day. Just so happy about this. Oh my gosh, Laura, look at you. Ooh, let's do this real quick. Put in the chat how many cards you think you wrote. It's like one of my, just selfishly, one of my favorite things. Kat, you wrote a very important card today. Yeah. Yes. All you need to do, Kat, all of you, God, you guys are like highly qualified for the giveaway. Let me just say that. So don't forget to just snap a little picture and put that. I'll start the comment thread like as soon as we're done here. Okay. Way to go, you guys. This was great. 9. Oh my, dude. Overachiever. I wrote 1. I wrote a postcard. But I think I've said this before. I don't ever want to be like, you know, like if you ever go to a spin class and you have the instructor that is like so into their own workout that like they're not paying attention to anyone that's doing the workout and like helping them, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be that person. So that's fine. Maybe that's my excuse. I don't know. Okay, that's all. I thank you guys for joining this. This is just, I can feel it as like the beginning of like such a wonderful thing. And it already has been like in our first workshop. So I'm thrilled about this. Keep your feedback coming. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions for the next one, I am all ears. I don't take it personally. Like, again, this is for you guys and I just want to make it the best possible thing that I can. So,
Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your day and week.
You too.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Bye,
We'll talk to you
ladies.
guys soon.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.